Ladies and gentlemen, your New York Knicks lose by a final score of 103-106 to the Detroit Pistons, and they have to go back to Detroit. After failing to close out the Detroit Pistons in Madison Square Garden, back-to-back years where the Knicks failed to close out a Game 5 at home. They did it last year versus the 76ers. They did it this year versus the Detroit Pistons. Lots of stuff to talk about tonight. Appreciate you guys in the chat. Like the video, subscribe, all the good stuff. This game was absolutely... I didn't like this game from start to finish, guys. I didn't. I didn't like the way it looked. I didn't like the way it felt. And now you got to deal with some injuries. That's the problem when you don't close out these games when you're supposed to. I didn't like this game at all, ladies and gentlemen. This game was just... Look... How do you not close this team out, man? How do you not close the Pistons out at home? Golden opportunity for the New York Knicks. Boneheaded mistakes. Questionable coaching substitutions in the fourth quarter. I thought Mitch should have played more when he subbed out Mitch and put Cat back in. I thought just play him. 5 fouls, I don't care. Mikal got going in that fourth quarter, but just didn't give you enough to leading into that fourth quarter. Other than your bench, you just got Mitchell Robinson, who played his best game of the playoffs. Deuce McBride stinks now, ladies and gentlemen. He stinks now. I don't know what's going on with Deuce. He is not the Deuce McBride that we know. Like, this version of Deuce McBride isn't the Deuce McBride that we're accustomed to. And on top of that, you shot 16 of 27 at the free throw line. 16 of 27 at the free throw line. You missed 11 free throws. You are not going to win playoff games if you miss 11 free throws. The New York Knicks from start to finish didn't feel like they wanted it tonight. Didn't feel like they wanted it. They didn't feel like they wanted it, guys. It's called like it is. Called like we see it, right? I'm being honest. They just didn't feel like they were playing with any sense of aggression. To open up this game, the first quarter was like slow. Getting extremely a long time getting in their offensive sets in that first quarter. They won the quarter because of Josh Hart and OG Anunoby playing phenomenal. OG playing phenomenal, great defense. OG had a phenomenal basketball game tonight. Josh Hart, I thought he played phenomenal tonight. Now we have to deal with an injury. And you know he's going to gut it out and play. Brunson, Tom Thibodeau has to waste his timeout in that fourth quarter because Hart can't get up. Right? So you have to call a timeout. That essentially kind of bites you in the butt late. But you had an opportunity. Brunson steals the ball out of bounds, and you're like, oh, whoa, hold up. Then throws it, tries to throw it off of Beasley, and all she wrote after that, they fouled Deuce McBride, who has the ball. They can't get Jalen Brunson back in the game. Now we have to deal with Brunson's ankle didn't look right tonight at all. Didn't look right, and he re-aggravated his ankle injury. He twisted it again. And those types of injuries, once you have a severe ankle injury, like Brunson had, it is so easy to re-aggravate it. And Brunson, you can see he's battling through it. So now you got all of that put together, right? Karl-Anthony Towns, I thought, look, 17 and 11, but he hit a big three in the fourth quarter, but just 5 field goals made. Brunson, inefficient night. You shot 9 of 25 from 3. I mean, you made it respectable late, but you shot 59% at the free throw line, man. 59% at the free throw line. You're not going to win games like that. You're not going to win games like that, man. Appreciate you guys in the chat. The New York Knicks gave us one of these tonight. Just as you thought they were going to shut down 7-5, They put on an effort, which honestly, and credit to the Pistons, they didn't lay down. This Knicks team came into this basketball game with a focus of like, look, this team is probably checked out. It's 3-1. We're home. We could probably get by, and win this game. No. Third quarter, I don't know what happens in the locker room, ladies and gentlemen. What happens in the locker room? Do they talk? Do they talk in the locker room? Going into halftime, does everyone go about their ways? Do they go to the concession stand? Do they grab popcorn? Do they get something to eat? Do they not talk about the basketball game? Because every single third quarter, this New York Knicks team comes out flat. How does this keep on happening? How does this keep on happening? This is a serious issue. A serious problem, guys. The third quarter is a serious problem for this basketball team, and they have to rectify it, but they just haven't. I don't know what goes on in the locker room at halftime. I don't. I really don't. Appreciate you guys in the chat, man. How we feeling today, man? Like the live. Appreciate you guys. Get them likes up, subscribe, all the good stuff. A lot of comments to catch up on. Tony says, disgusting performance. No way Pistons losing 3 games at home. Yeah, man. Pistons on our, 8-game losing streak dating back since 2008. Deuce has put up 10-plus point games less than 10 times this entire season. Deuce McBride. I'm sorry, Deuce. You got to step up, man. You got to. It's embarrassing at this point. What Deuce McBride has given us. Nothing. What happened to Deuce McBride? What happened to the player that was supposed to be our sixth man when Brunson wouldn't have it a game, when Hart wouldn't have it a game? Deuce McBride was supposed to be our anchor off of the bench. And he is anything but that. Anything but that. Isaiah, what's going on? Appreciate you in the TikTok live. Says the problem was the foul trouble as well. Yes, Karl Anthony Towns, Mitchell Robinson in foul trouble. Look, referees, guys, you knew the referees were going to give it. Yeah, I'm not going to complain about the refs tonight because you knew they were going to give the Pistons the benefit of the doubt, man. Right? Pistons shot 36 free throws tonight. You knew coming into this basketball game that the NBA was going to make up for what happened in Game 4. And they did. But despite all of that, that's not why we lost the game. If we hit our free throws, we win this game. A simple free throw. I know Mitch missed 4. I don't want to get on Mitch because he played a hell of a game. 8 offensive boards. He looked like dominant Mitch. 3 of 7 from the line. JB 7 of 10. Mikal 1 of 2. Finally got to the free throw line. Hey now. But you missed 1. Cat 5 of 6. Deuce missed 1 at the end and purposely missed 1. I don't know what's going on with this guy, man. Anthony, why didn't they play PJ Tucker? Hey, man, it's about time that this New York Knicks seriously consider changing up the bench. Seriously consider changing up the bench. Anthony says Knicks in 6. Let's go. Third quarter of doom for this damn team. It's ridiculous. Yep. Big Task says the Knicks are an embarrassment. Nostalgic. What's going on? It makes no sense. We were the 3rd best quarter team at one point during the season. Yep. Deuce is dirt. I don't know, man. Isaiah says Deuce is gone, man. When the offseason occurs, man, sorry, not sorry yet. I think, come summertime and we're not there yet, I think, he's the odd man out. But he's not. He doesn't deserve it, man. He's playing like garbage. Like, I'm being honest with you guys. I love Deuce. I thought this man can compete for 6th man of the year. He is playing like a G League player. Like, honestly, I think PJ Tucker can play better than him. I think DeLon Wright will do better things than Deuce McBride. They are picking on Deuce McBride out there. He is not playing well at all, Mr. Thibodeau. What are you going to do? Eddie, what's going on? Says Tibbs has failed to address our third quarter woes. Yeah. Look, that's coaching, that's players, that's everything. That's everything, right? Yes, Eddie. Jalen Durant dominated this basketball game, man. Dominated. Nostalgia says the fans deserve better. Both of our stars. Jose, what's going on? Appreciate the members in here. Jose says both of our stars 9 of 30 shooting tonight. And now there is a valid concern that Jalen Brunson re-aggravated his ankle injury. And if you're a Pistons fan, you're probably talking into yourself like we should be up 3-2 going back home with a chance to seal it. That's what they're saying. This Knicks team, I came into this game thinking that this was finally going to be the game that the New York Knicks played a full basketball game from start to finish. No BS. Take care of business. Don't mess around with your food. Get the garden rocking. Get 7-5 shut down. Move on to the next round. And we go from there. Get your time off. Now you don't have time off. You choked this one away. You won 2 in Detroit. Thank God you did that. Because now it's 3-2. You're still up in the series. I'm still picking this Knicks team to win this series. But you just made it extremely difficult. And the Boston Celtics, they are up 94-69 on the Orlando Magic. That is what I wanted this Knicks team to be. Why can't we do that? Why is that not in our arsenal? Why can't we blow someone out? Why? The Celtics are about to advance, and that should have been you. But you did not deserve to advance tonight. From the opening tip, it's just no energy. And I know you won the first, second quarter, you tied that quarter, but it's this quarter, the third quarter. What do we even call it? It's not even the third quarter of doom anymore. It's the third quarter of absolute garbage. Like garbage. What happens in the locker room? It's amazing how we talking about McBride, how horrible was Brunson. Brunson was bad. Right? JB was bad. He tried to play Captain Jalen Brunson in the fourth quarter. He just didn't have the lift. Right? But Brunson has been awesome this entire series, Tony. So I'm pointing the finger at Deuce tonight because, and it's just more than Deuce, right? Mikal was bad. Like 7 of 16, 2 of 5 from 3. He missed a key 3 in the fourth quarter. Mikal's not showing me any aggressiveness at all. Shying away from the hoop. Just looked out of it. Not engaged. Anunoby was phenomenal. Josh Hart, phenomenal. Mitchell Robinson, A+. Josh Hart, A. OG Anunoby, A+. Cat, not great. Brunson, not great. What more do you want me to say? I mean, Deuce McBride can't hit a 3. He can't hit a 3 anymore. Deuce McBride used to be automatic. 41% three-point shooter. At what point does Tom Thibodeau needs to make that switch, man? Switch up the bench. Switch it up, Dibs. Switch it up, man. Look, I know we're up 3-2, but it doesn't feel like it, right? Switch it up. The bench is a problem. And we came into this series, I did, saying, look, Dibs, if the bench is going to perform like this, you have options now. PJ Tucker showed you he can give you a little something. DeLon Wright showed you he can give you a little something. Shamet came into the playoffs shooting lights out. He can't even hit anything anymore. He's not even playing. No Precious. And I kind of understand that. But come on, man. Look, Mikal did perform better with the bench in there. Tom Thibodeau made some substitution switch up in this game. He took out Mikal Bridges and Karl Anthony Towns early in this basketball game to get Mikal Bridges in with the bench unit to play faster. And, you know, that's when you saw Mikal kind of play better, although Mikal Bridges, you know, 7 of 16 from the field. But, you know, Brunson was inefficient tonight, just looked out of it, man. Just looked slow, and the Pistons were making it extremely difficult for him, right? Extremely difficult for him. And credit to the Detroit Pistons. They're playing phenomenal defense. And, you know, that's their brand of basketball. They came into MSG wanting to win, and that's exactly what they did. I don't like the way this Knicks team looked at all, and now you got injuries to deal with, and I'm concerned. I'm concerned. Appreciate you guys in the chat. Hit up the Discord for the calls later. Hit the Discord link. I'll get your calls a little bit later, but I am upset, man. The Knicks are up 3-2 in this series. Golden opportunity to close out the Detroit Pistons tonight at home. Golden opportunity. And they just didn't show up. They didn't play like they wanted this game. You know, the first quarter, the Knicks were tight, slow with their offense. Brunson with a bad first quarter. Detroit was smothering him. Hart and OG were the only one who brought the energy in that first quarter. You know, they started this game 1 of 10 from 3 as well. The Knicks did 1 of 10. And, you know, Towns got some things going in that second quarter against Tobias Harris. Grilled him in his face like, yo, man, try to bully him a little bit, but it just wasn't enough, you know. Mitchell Robinson, phenomenal game, man. 12 offensive rebounds in the half. 9 boards from Mitchell Robinson in that first half as well. Just going through my notes a little bit. Brunson only had 1 field goal in the first half. 1. And he finished 4 of 16. Our best players didn't play like our 2 best players, right? Rock Band Fuzzy, appreciate the subscription. Our 2 best players, they played great in game 4. Tonight, not so much, right? And how many lobs did the Detroit Pistons catch tonight? How many lobs? It felt like lob after lob after lob. Sir Thompson, Jalen Duren, that was an easy bucket for them. Easy. You would think the Knicks team would defend it. Like, come on, man. And Tom Thibodeau, like, I know Mitchell Robinson has 5 fouls in the fourth quarter, but taking him out in that situation was a mistake, in my opinion. Keep him in there with Cat, right? And figure out who you want to play between Hart or Bridges. But Mitch was such a momentum for us in that fourth quarter that kind of got us going a little bit. Then you just took him out, right? I think it was like 4 minutes left or 5 minutes left when Thibs took him out. And I was questioning it. But Mitch was not phenomenal in the third quarter. And then it opened up the fourth. Every possession is extremely valuable. And this Knicks team was just some dumb turnovers. Deuce McBride, dumb turnovers. Well, he finished with no turnovers, but I thought he should have 1. But and then Karl Anthony Towns, a bad 5th personal foul. Nasty game, man. Nasty game. Eddie says, did we have a spacing problem? A little bit, Eddie. A little bit. Can you imagine if it was Indiana? Was Indiana got OG? Start Cam, Delon off the bench. Jose says, appreciate you too. Tonight sucks and I'm fired, but it's over. See you in Detroit on Thursday, and hopefully we finish them off. That's a positive attitude, man. It's a positive attitude. Love it. Anthony says, play the whole bench, Thibs. All hands on deck. Feed Cat in game 6. This Rover says they had a ton of cuts too. Yep. Cuts to the basket. Lobs. The Pistons were eating the Knicks alive all night long with lobs. I think they must have had like 10 lobs tonight. And for the Knicks, Josh Hart was cutting a lot and was like the only man cutting. And it's like sometimes this offense just leaves a lot to be desired out there on the basketball court, right? And it's frustrating. And especially now you got the Brunson injury to deal with. What's the severity of his ankle? It looked like he couldn't walk again. He took himself out of the game with like 3 minutes left. 2 minutes left. That's a concern, man. Quick turnaround. You fly to Detroit tomorrow. You go up in the air. If that ankle's swollen, I don't know. You might have to put Brunson on a bus to Detroit. Because this is a concern. What did Josh Hart get injured? What happened to him? I know we'll get some quotes from the coach in a bit, but Woody says Knicks in 6. You guys are bringing my energy back up, man. Bringing my energy back up. This one stunk, though, man. Stunk. Johnson says great game from Mitch. Anthony says bring Bridges off the bench and start Mitchell Robinson. A lot of people want to do that, Anthony. A lot of people want to do that. I don't think that is the case. I don't think you do that drastic switch now, but look, if I'm Tom Thibodeau, yeah, nostalgic, major game for Mitchell Robinson. Shout out to Mitchell Robinson, man. DJ air horn for Mitchell Robinson. I didn't think I was going to hit my air horn tonight because it's a lot of this. There's a lot of that. Miles McBride. Breast JB for game 7. Loud and clear, what's going on, man? Knicks in 5, man. There's no more Knicks in 5, loud and clear. No more Knicks in 5. That's it. It's over. Knicks can't get it done, guys. I'm in a sour mood. I know the fans are trying to be hype out there, trying to shut down the streets, but the Knicks just back-to-back years where they just couldn't close it out in the first round at home. And last year they did the same thing, but they won in Philly, right? And maybe we can do the same in Detroit. And I still got faith in the team, but now I'm concerned about the injuries. I'm concerned about the injuries now. That's what's getting me right now. Right? 2 more opportunities. And now the Pistons have some momentum going back home. There will be a game 6 in Detroit. And tonight, I didn't think that was the case. I was confident. I woke up in a good mood. I'm like, all right, this is the day the Knicks are going to win, close out the game, beat the Pistons in 5. The Boston Celtics are winning 103-78. I needed an ass whooping tonight from the New York Knicks, and we didn't get it. We haven't gotten it. This Pistons team has really, really given it to this Knicks team. Really given it to this Knicks team. Every single game has been close. This Pistons team has been in every single game. Every single one. Besides game 3-ish where the Knicks kind of took control of that one, but it got dicey there late. Pistons came back. Game 1, if it wasn't for campaign, this Pistons team is tough. And that's why before the series, I was like, look, if there's any team I want to pick, it's the Bucks. Pistons play tough, man. It's not over. One more still to go, but that's a scrappy group. That's a hell of a team over there, man. And this Knicks team tonight, they didn't come up for the challenge. Disappointing. Stars out. Fans ready to explode. Dennis Schroeder again. 6 of 13, 104 from 3, 14 points. Malik Beasley, 10 points. 26 points from them off your bench. You know what you got from Deuce McBride? Nothing. Campaign? Nothing. If your bench is only one player, that is a problem. You're not going to win. That's a problem. I need Tom Thibodeau to switch up the bench. I do. I don't want to see the same thing. I don't. These guys aren't performing. It's go time, man. You're going back to Detroit. I need you to switch up the bench, Thibs. Keep the starters, but you got to switch the bench up, man. You got to give us some more flavor. You got to. You got to. Chris says K didn't even go off in this game. He will next game in Detroit. Yeah, he did. I mean, He did make some a huge three in the fourth quarter, though. Chris, excuse me, got to the free throw line, too. 12 free throw attempts for Cade Cunningham. Crying works, I guess. Crying works. 36 free throw attempts for them. 27 for us. Crying works. He had a timely three, 8 assists, 8 boards, 24 points, was inefficient, but I thought he played a solid game. Jalen Duren killed this Knicks team. Killed him. And he got into foul trouble. 14 boards, 7 offensive, 7 defensive for Jalen Duren. Killed him. Tobias played a good game for them, had 4 blocks. I mean, yeah. Nostalgia says they didn't want it. Yep. Appreciate you guys in the live, man. Like the live, subscribe. This Knicks team just left a lot to be desired out there. Just didn't play the brand of basketball that we wanted to, right? Wanted them to, excuse me. And here we are. And it's 3-2. Knicks still have 2 more chances to win. Chris says getting crapped on by Dennis Schroeder. Yeah. Greta says we are not good enough, unfortunately. I don't believe that, Greta. I think this Knicks team is good enough. But at times, they don't play with the intensity that they should be playing with. They don't take care of business. Take care of business, man. You're home. You're in front of your home crowd. You haven't closed out a home playoff game since 1999. Right? I was 8. I don't want to age myself. I was 8 since the last time that happened. And they didn't do it tonight. Jose says, let's look at all the positive. If our stars had a bad night shooting with no bench or lose by 3. Jose, it's been like that all series, man. It's been like if we look at this, if we look at that. But if you're on the Pistons side, you can be like, look, if game 4 goes our way, we win that. You know, it can go both ways. I mean, I do want to look at the positives. The positives are, I mean, Mitch played phenomenal. Josh Hart played phenomenal. OG Anunoby played phenomenal. You didn't really get much from Towns. Did hit a big 3 in the fourth. Brunson looks hobbled. Mikal, I know he had some timely, some good shots in the fourth, but it's not enough for me. It's not enough. It's not enough. Sometimes you need, like, if Brunson is hurt, and if Towns doesn't have it, like, step up. Step up. Right? Too many times I see Mikal Bridges shying away from the hoop. Go into traffic, man. Get physical. Let's go. It's the playoffs, man. Sign L figure for next coach. Pistons are down their second best player and their best rim protector, and we are struggling. That's why a lot of Knicks fans want to see that big lineup. Mitch and Cat. Thompson killed us, not Durant. Durant killed us too, Tony. Thompson. I saw Thompson caught like 4 or 5 lobs tonight. Jalen Duren caught like, 3? And he was killing us on the offensive boards. So I'm pretty sure the Cavs or the Celtics would have smoked the Pistons. We can't win easily. Yeah. Take a look at the East. Cavs just smoked the Heat. Not messing around. Celtics 110-78. 4-1 over the Magic. Not messing around. Pacers 4-1 over the Bucks. Not messing around. It's 3-2. Knicks Pistons. And the Knicks team is your 3 seed. 51 wins. Shouldn't be this close. Should not be this close. But it is. It's close. Right? It's close. I don't want to compare. I don't like that. Comparison is a thief of joy. But step up, man. I mean, I was hyped tonight, man. I was hyped today. This whole day, I was like, yeah, Knicks are going to finish this off. They got this. No problem. Home, MSG. First time since 1999. Fans are going to go crazy. And it just doesn't look like the Knicks were engaged. So finish it off in Detroit, man. Nostalgia says the roommates don't close at home. Don't worry, bro. We got it in game 6. Joel says, where are we at with Dibs? Any responsibility on him? From Joel. The only thing I'll say about Tom Thibodeau in this game is he had to burn a critical timeout when Josh Hart was hurt on the floor. Knicks only had 2 timeouts left. He burned a timeout. Kind of came back to bite him a little bit. I know, the Knicks could have got that ball, the Jalen Brunson inbound. They stole a ball, but Brunson just tried to throw it off of Beasley, and it just bounced the wrong way. And you try to get Brunson back in the game, and he was hobbling. Hart was hobbling. And the Mitchell Robinson sub, I thought, it was 5 or 4 minutes left where he took Mitch out and put Cat back when Mitch was down. The momentum was shifting. Right? The momentum was shifting our way, and then Mitch comes out, and it's like Mitch was dominant this game. 23 minutes, he is dominating. Dominating. You can point to that. You can point to Mitch. He should have played more. Should have played Mitch more. And I thought the late sub to bring out Mitch to put in Cat, I thought you could have took someone else out in that situation, but that's what I have to say about Dibs, He did switch it up a little bit, taking out Mikal and Cat in the first quarter early and going with the Deuce and Campaign lineup in with the starters, with JB, with OG, with Hart, and Mitch. So he did go to that lineup quite a bit. But yeah. Eno says Celtics played awesome tonight. Yeah, wish we could. Wish we could. Is there a world where this Knicks team can blow out this team? Is there a world? Because I'm still waiting on it. I'm still waiting on it. Mitch was hot in the third. Yep. Anthony says bench Mikal Bridges. It seems like he plays better with the bench. He does. And that's the reason why Tom Thibodeau subbed him out early to put him in with the bench late. Early, excuse me. And he does play better with the bench, right? So El Figgy says, I'm sick of Mikal Bridges. He would never drive to the paint, draw fouls, settles for his sick-ass mid-range fadeaway. El Figgy, I'm here to tell you I agree with you. I'm not sick of him. Avoids contact. Mikal Bridges avoids too much contact for my liking. There was times in the first half where Mikal had a lane, and I actually took a screenshot of it. I actually have it right here. First half. Mikal had a lane. It was 7-11. You know what he did? He dribbled this off and gave it to OG and made the Pistons set their defense, and it was a broken play. He doesn't like contact. But the one thing with Mikal Bridges is he doesn't like contact. He shies away from contact. It's the playoffs, man. You can't shy away from contact. Your streak does not matter in the playoffs. It doesn't matter. I don't care about your streak anymore. So, come on, man. Eno says Knicks can't play 4 quarters. They can't play third quarters. Third quarters, like I said earlier, I don't know what goes on in the third quarter, man. I don't. Second quarter ends. It's like the guys, they go eat and they just chill and they don't talk about anything. I don't know what goes on in the locker room. But that's what killed this game. The third quarter. I mean, look at the scores. Look at the scores, ladies and gentlemen. First quarter you win. Second quarter tied. Third quarter is the quarter. You lost the third quarter and you lost the game. But I'm saying this, and you shoot 59.3% from the free throw line. 59.3% from the free throw line, ladies and gentlemen. 59.3% from the free throw line. I'm upset, man. Let's get to say Quizzy in the Discord, man. I'm upset, man. Get to your calls. Hit the Discord. Appreciate you guys. Follow, like, subscribe, all the good stuff. Discord link is pinned up in the chat. If you guys want to hit the Discord, you guys can call into the show, and I will take your calls right now. Let's get to say Quizzy first. I see Isaiah in the Discord. I'm upset, man. I'm upset. Say Quizzy, what's going on? How are you? How you feeling?
Yo, you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
The Knicks just love hurting my heart. I could never sleep like a baby. I just felt like when we started the game, like the energy was just not there. I don't know like what was going on, but like compared to like the first two games in Detroit, like the energy was on. Like we was playing fast, getting buckets early, starting off quick.
Mm-hmm.
Either it was getting Cat the ball in the post, letting him score first, and then we just run from there. But the energy was like off. Like we started off slow, moving the ball like really slow, waiting until like 6 seconds to do something, doing turnovers. It just fell off. And then giving Mitch the ball in the post 3 times is kind of crazy. I don't know what the Knicks was doing. I'm like, why is we giving Mitch the ball in the post or trying to give him the ball? And I think every time we did that, I think it was 3 turnovers from that. Like, don't give Mitch the ball. Let him get his rebound putbacks. He was doing good. We don't need him to be in the post.
Yep.
And then the third quarters, like, for some reason, we cannot click in the third quarter. And for some reason, it's like the other team, figure out to work in the third quarter, and we just can't. Like, they got to get that together. It was not as bad, but it's just like, come on, you was up, and then you went down. Like, come on. And then the free throws. Like, Mitch is probably the only one I give a pass, but I don't think Mitch took all those free throws. So, Brunson missing free throws. Bridges missing free throws. Like, come on. We got to make free throws. And then the problem was we left Thompson wide open to do dunks.
Yep.
Like, he didn't even shoot. Like, I'm like, why we keep giving him dunks? That's what he wanted to do. He don't want to shoot the ball. We making it easier for him. Like, he scored, what, 22? He didn't even get close to that in none of these games. He was around 8 to 5, maybe 10 points as his best game. But then we just gave him open dunks. And then we leaving Duren open to get easy rebounds and putbacks because Cat keep trying to help. Even though you got 5 fouls, why you keep trying to help? If Bridges is there and he contested, I live with that. You helping ain't going to do nothing if that shot get up. And then when the shot did get up and hit the backboard, guess what? Duren was there to do an easy putback. Because Brunson going to stop him? Nobody was there.
Yep.
Like, you can't do that. And McBride, like, you got to make your threes, my guy. We believe in you.
What do you think about Deuce? What do you think about Deuce, man? Honestly, what's your honest assessment of Deuce?
This is shocking to me because last year, that first 76ers game, he was coming out hot.
Yep.
And to me, that series, it was more harder shots he was taking. This one, he's getting open looks, but not finishing them. So it's like, what else can you really do? Because we know Deuce is not, he don't got like a bag like that. He'll dribble, do a mid-range sometimes, but his main thing is when he get his open shots and he's just not finishing them. Yep. So it's like, what else is he going to do to get in rhythm if he ain't making the shots? And it's kind of scary. Like, I believe in this team, but it's just the injuries right now that's getting me worried. Because if Brunson is still hobbling going to Detroit and he don't have it clicking, who's going to step up? Well, we're going to have to focus on Cat helping us, and then who else? Because Bridges, I'm just at a point, he's just not him. He's not him. He can score his little 16, whatever, but anytime it's a big shot, he ain't coming through. He missing free throws. I don't know. He might need to start doing fadeaway threes because every time he do the fadeaway threes, he make it. How you missing open ones? There's nobody near you,
Fadeaway
but you make the fadeaway? Like he did that last game. You made 2 fadeaway threes in the corner, but when you was wide open, nobody near you.
Yep.
You miss.
Yep.
Even early, he had an open 3. Miss.
Yep.
Wide open. I'm like, bro, there's no way. Because even if we get through this round, we win, yeah. We gonna need them to step up for Boston. We ain't beating no Boston with you missing open threes, because guess what? If Derek White open, he's cashing that.
Yep.
If Drew Holiday open, he's cashing that. So it's like we gonna need these guys to step up, because if Brunson is not him, game 6, I'm kind of nervous if it goes to game 7, because we haven't won. We can't win home. Like, they gotta wake up. But I hate how we lost today, because to me, it was not like Detroit had a crazy game. It was just mainly Duran and Thompson getting open looks.
Yep.
That kind of won them this game. But that's all I really got to say, though.
Appreciate you, Say Quizzy. You said a lot of great things, man. A lot of great things. Love the passion. Give it up for Say Quizzy in the chat, man. Say Quizzy in the chat. Yuri, what's going on? What you got, Yuri?
And I had to take a few minutes because I didn't want to get you demonetized.
Uh-oh.
Letting you know right now.
PG, family show.
I am officially on the Fire Tips train. And nobody's going to take me off it. I've tried. I gave this playoffs a chance. I'm not writing them off yet. After what I saw from that no timeout call, Ant, you call a timeout when your 2 best players are down. And I just saw Tibbs' post-game interview. When he said coach's decision, Ant, I lit up a curse storm. I had to light up a curse storm before.
Wait, what did he say?
Coach's decision. And he just shook his head. Actually, let me put it in a Discord.
Yeah, just where were our timeouts? Coach decision. Tom Thibodeau was asked about the Knicks not using a timeout near the end of the game with Josh Hart and Jalen Brunson waiting to check in at the scorer's table. Coach's decision. Okay.
All I'm going to say is, and I'm passionate about this team and I love this team. If you truly care about your team and you see 2 of your best players down, you call a timeout.
Yeah.
Call a timeout.
Were the Knicks in the penalty? Could they have fouled? Or were they in the penalty?
No. I don't think they were.
Yeah.
I don't know. I gotta
Stupidity. Coach's decision not
right.
getting your 2 best players in the basketball game. Okay. Well, okay. Now we lost. Now what? Is that a coaching decision too? When you got Deuce McBride, I don't even want to call him Deuce McBride anymore, Yuri.
I'm calling him Deuce.
No, I'm not.
I'm not giving up on Deuce yet.
He's Miles McBride. I'm not calling him Deuce.
So he's got to earn it back now?
He's got to earn that name back. He's not Deuce anymore. He's Miles McBride now.
I think he's getting shipped off, Ant. I really do.
Yeah.
We need a bench. That's the only thing that's holding this team back. We need a bench.
Yeah.
We desperately need a bench.
Yep. Appreciate the call, Yuri. Anything else?
Yep. No, that's all I wanted to say. I'm just on the Fire Tibbs train now. I've been defending Tibbs Ant for so long. That last play convinced me that, he's got to go. I don't care if we make it past this first round at this point. I really don't.
Yeah. Appreciate the call, Yuri. Appreciate the call. Always thank you for the support, man.
I kept the PG for you. If you want to hear my uncensored version, I'll DM it to you.
Appreciate that. Yeah, those in the chat. Zaire says Miles. Now his name is Miles. Mike Saunders says Miles. Yep, Miles McBride. It is not the D word anymore. I'm not calling him that. He is not that word. Isaiah. Isaiah. What you got?
Yo, what's good, man?
What's good?
I'm furious too, man. I'm sick of this team. I'm gonna be the optimist right here a little bit. I blame the players more than the coach this game. You can't miss all these buckets and expect the coach to do something. This team was just not ready. And I blame the players mostly. I know it's the coach's job to get them in check, but it's like, come on. Like you said about the third quarter, like the halftime. What are these guys doing when halftime's going on? What are they doing? And
I don't know what they're doing.
Mikel's same thing. I know. Tired of it. Tired of him. You're trying to defend him too. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of a bunch of things. Cat was a no-show tonight again. Like, come on. And Tom Thibodeau needs to go. Tired of it too. I didn't even know about those comments that Yuri was saying. Disgusting comments from a coach like that. Supposedly a winner, right? Yeah, okay. Get him off my team. Doesn't care. Jalen Brunson, love him, but dude, you gotta pass the ball. If you know your ankles hurts, stop. Just stop. Too much dribbling up, not doing nothing. I'm just tired of it. Just tired of it. Tired of this team. Tired of this team not looking ready when we need to be. It's disgusting. That's all I gotta say.
Hey man, I understand the passion, man. I love your passion, Isaiah, and I understand it. But look, bottom line is we're one game away still. They didn't get the job done. They choked this one, and we just gotta keep riding with them, right? I mean, but I love the passion. Always do, always do. El Figgy, well, we got El Figgy. How you doing? How are you?
I'm good, Aunt. Well, no, not good, actually. What's up, long-suffering Nick Nation? I'm very heartbroken tonight. It's gut-wrenching, rips out your heart. A game like this, it's hard to put into words how disappointing it can be, but I think we're in trouble, guys. I think we all need to kind of, and I ride or die. I will always ride or die with the Knicks, Aunt, and you know, I've been suffering with this team since the mid-90s, so I'm pretty much, aging myself here, but I'm telling you, we're in trouble. This is giving me the vibes that we had last season when we could have closed out the Pacers, and I think it was Aaron Nemhard who hit that shot and extended it, and then we all know what started happening. We started getting injured, and we started falling apart, and
Yep.
but do you understand? And
I got
PTSD. This is literally giving me PTSD from last season. And I'm telling you right now, I feel like we're in trouble. There are things on a basketball team that you can't account for. The Knicks have, on paper, we're absolutely the more talented team. There's no way you're going to tell me that a team with Jalen Brunson, Karl Anthony Towns, Mikal Bridges, who went to the finals with the Phoenix Suns and then was the number one option in Brooklyn. A guy like Josh Hart, who everyone in the league, you can talk to anybody from the Golden State Warriors, any team in the league. And they always say a guy like Josh Hart is invaluable. You cannot put a price tag on it. He does so much. And here we are. And here we are. Could have closed it out tonight. Should have. Considering we're at MSG, we haven't won a playoff game since '99. Could have blown the roof off the place. Could have shut down 7th Avenue.
Yep.
We didn't do it.
Yep.
Can't do it because I'm going to tell you why. On paper, we're the better team, but this Pistons team has what we had last year. They're gritty. They don't give up. They fight for each other. It's next man up mentality. Isaiah Stewart goes down. All right, Duran, Beasley, these guys, Reed. All of a sudden now we're letting Dennis Schroeder beat us. This is crazy. We're talking crazy here, yet here we are. This team has what we had last year. Mitchell Robinson goes down, no problem. Isaiah Hartenstein slips right in his place. Julius Randle goes down. Jalen steps up his game, and we got Dante off the bench, setting records, New York Knicks records for shooting 3-point shots. That's what we were last year, and we were so. If it weren't for the injuries, I'm just saying this right now. I feel like last year was our best shot at winning a championship because we took 2 out of the 4 games against the Celtics last year. We were not intimidated by them. They had nothing on us. And especially once we got OG Anunoby, I don't know if anybody remembers this, but last year when we acquired OG, I think one of the first games we played was it wasn't the very first one. I think the first one we played against the Heat, but then we did a West Coast tour and we played against the Denver Nuggets and we blew them out by 40 points. And that was when the Denver Nuggets were the reigning champions and we blew them out by 40 points. And I was like, this is it. This is our year. And we lost a lot when we lost Isaiah because that set a whole other, the dominoes started falling. We had to trade Julius and Dante for Cat. And
so I'll figure you still don't think we can win this series?
No, not after what I saw tonight. No, because Jalen's hurt. And we got to face facts. There's no way in 2 days that ankle is going to be right. There's no way it's going to happen. I don't care what I don't care what acupuncture, cupping, what the horse tranquilizer they're going to shoot into that ankle. His ankle, he re-injured an ankle that was already not 100%.
Yeah.
He need that type of ankle injury. If anybody's ever played sports, I played softball. I played, I'm not going to tell you what I was a cheerleader. I did some other stuff. But a high sprain is almost a break. High sprain, you're close to breaking your leg. So when he got that high sprain, I'd rather him have gotten a sprain like Mitchell Robinson.
Mm-hmm.
But he got a high sprain injury. He took 15 games off. It took him a minute to get back into the rhythm, but it looked like he was doing okay. But now, remember, he injured his leg on Sunday. That sprain, they'll never tell us the truth, by the way. I don't trust the injury report. They'll never tell us what's really going on. Jalen's not going to be good on Thursday. And now Josh is something's wrong with him. He's been struggling with lower back pain. He re-injured that tonight. Cat's been battling through injury this entire season. OG's been out a couple of times with some injuries. The only one who's 100% healthy playing 82 games is Mikal Bridges, and he doesn't come through. When you need big shots, Mikal Bridges never comes through. I know he hit those threes on Sunday, but it wouldn't have even come down to that, guys.
Yeah.
It never would have come down to that if he hits the 10 other shots he misses.
Hey, love the passion. I do think we could pull out one. I don't want to go that far. Losing Detroit, then I'm starting to panic, El Figgy. But I love what you said about this Pistons team has some of what we had last year. Feels like it, right? Feels like it.
I feel like they have that intangible thing that you can't put on paper.
Yeah.
On paper, we're the better team. They have that thing. You can't put your finger on it. You can't see it, but it's there. They can taste it. They can feel it. You can see it. And they always have the belief, just like the Knicks did last year. They always had the belief. How many games last year, guys, did we watch where the Knicks will be down by 20, 25? And I used to sit down. I was relaxed. I would sit down with a glass of wine and chill watching the game because I'm like, I know we're going to pull it out. We might only win by, 4 or 5 points, but I knew that we were going to win that game. I don't feel like that this year. I'm sorry, Aunt. Sorry, guys. I don't feel like that this year. I think we're in trouble.
Yeah.
And, I'll be watching on Thursday. I'll be pulling for them, but I'm going to sit down. I'm not going to get too worked up. I don't have a good feeling about this series now, especially since Jalen's banged up. But, let's go Knicks, man. Got no choice.
Let's go next. Appreciate the phone call, El Figgy, as always. Thank you for the support. Wow. Doesn't feel like this New York Knicks team is going to win this series. Said a lot of great things there, though, man. It feels like this Pistons team has some of what we have. And, Mikal, look, leaves a lot to be desired out there, right? I mean, he doesn't hit shots when they, you got to hit your open shots, Mikal. Like, they're open shots. They're open, shoot it. This Rover says El Figgy spin straight facts. Shout out to El Figgy, man. Shout out to El Figgy for the phone call. Shout out to everyone for the phone call. Appreciate you guys hopping in the Discord. Calling into the show. Cam and Delon ready. Greta says, I had a really bad feeling when they traded Julius. I will deadass stop. Castro, what's going on? I will stop watching the playoffs in general if the Knicks get eliminated, but I have hope. Yeah, of course. Knicks losing 3 in a row, the world will come to an end. Yeah. If they lose 3 in a row, I don't want to think about that. West End, Knicks in 6. Let's go. Isaiah says 5 out of 5 phone call. Nostalgia says great callers. Love it. A lot of faith has been lost in the fan base after this loss. A lot of faith. Brunson's hurt. That's a concern. Josh Hart is hurt. That's a concern. It's a concern. Miles McBride is bad now. He's bad. That's a concern. Mikal Bridges, I need more, man. I need more. I need more from you, bro. With OG and Obi, you see it. Defensively, he wrecked an entire possession in the first quarter. Right? An entire possession. from OG. Here it is. Look at OG. Wrecking an entire possession. I need more, Mikel. I do. I need more. Otherwise, you're gone this summer. You're gone. I'm sorry. Look at that. OG. OG Anunoby. Dog. OG Anunoby again. That's why I wasn't worried about OG, guys. After the last post game, remember I was like, OG, we got your back. I'm not worried about OG. Like, I'm not worried about OG. Look at this play. LeBron James chase down block for Mr. OG Anunoby tonight, right? OG wanted this game, guys. Get out of there. OG wanted tonight's game. Josh Hart wanted tonight's game. Mitchell Robinson wanted tonight's game. Everyone else didn't show up to the party. They didn't show up. Yuri says, OG, I was never worried, man. Look at this block. Look at where he's at. It's crazy. This roving that Nigerian prince always returns. Jose OG is definitely the man. Joel, realistically, what could the Knicks do in the offseason and be on the level the Celtics or in OKC? Joel, that's a whole podcast, and we'll get to that. But one thing that is clear is that this bench needs to be improved. And it's like, how do you improve the bench? You got to give to get, right? And I don't know. If you're in the Knicks front office right now, do you like what you've seen from Mikal Bridges this year? Has it fit? Has it fit? Has it truly fit? Has it had the same impact that Dante had when he came here? When Dante came here, remember, he wasn't starting at first. Then he started. Clicked right away. The Villanova connection. Now you're telling me Mikal Bridges is playing better with the bench? Why? Why is that? I guarantee you some people in the front office are underwhelmed with Mikal Bridges this year. Guarantee that. If we are, they are. Mikal has had some good moments, but there's been more right? They said McChicken in the chat, man. They called him Miles McChicken. Man, oh man. Miles McChicken. Miles McChicken, really? You calling him Miles McChicken now? Damn. It's gotten to that point, guys. Anthony says McBride needs to drive to the basket more, stop shooting. Anthony, he can't. Can't dribble. Can't create. We've seen him dunk on people. I've seen it. Can't create. He uses that high arcing shot to get over his opponents, and he does a great job in doing that, but we just haven't seen that this year. So Michael says, I haven't heard much of the Nova yet. Nova Knicks are dead. It's no more. Kenny says Deuce and Payne have been terrible. Yeah, Payne game one, awesome. It's bad, man. That's why I want Thibs to switch it up, man. Switch it up. I mean, you got Mikal playing better with the bench, which is like baffling to me. You don't really go to the Mitchell Robinson, Karl-Anthony Towns lineup that much. Mitchell Robinson was balling in the fourth. I know you wanted to probably give him a breather. You take him out when you were having some momentum, and only 23 minutes for Big Mitch when he was actually dominating. Second half, he was third quarter dominating. 23 minutes. Tom Thibodeau is struggling to figure out this bench. He's too stubborn to go away from these guys. He's too stubborn. He won't do it. Let's be real. He won't do it. You really think he'll switch it up? You'll think he'll bench Deuce? I don't. You think he'll play Tucker? I don't. DeLon Wright? Shamet got DNP'd since he wasn't giving us nothing. Thibodeau will give you 2 chances. That's all you get. 2 chances, Landry Shamet. And you didn't do anything with them. But in essence, Thibs has to trust that. Trust Shamet. Like, these guys are gassed in the second half, man. Gassed. Especially tonight. Greta says, guys, remember Deuce was hurt too. Maybe he's still hurt. Maybe. But if you out there, you know, no excuses. No excuses, right? No excuses. Tendrell, what's going on, Tendrell? Appreciate you becoming a member. Well, first being a member. Mikel always looks like he just returned from getting... Oh, my God. I didn't read that last part. Oh, my gosh. I put that on the screen without even reading it. My bad, guys. Tendrell. Whew. Bless says there really are no ball handlers on the squad, to be honest. No shade tossing. You got JB. Payne speeds up the pace. Bridges can't. I mean, he doesn't want to bring the ball up. Right? Seems like he's hesitant in doing that. So, this one sucked, man. This one sucked, guys. It did. It stunk. You guys want to hear what Mr. Thibs says? Oh, man. Oh, man. Mikel suggested layup lines to get everybody moving coming out of halftime and recalled a similar situation when he was in Phoenix.
I don't know, man. I think we got to maybe do some layup lines or something coming out of halftime, get everybody out there, you know, moving. You know, I think that's, you know, I had the same situation like that when I was in Phoenix. You know, we started the third quarter off and we had to change something for everybody to get out there and start moving, you know, mentally to get everybody right. So I think that's it, man. We just got to, as much as we say play hard and we got to do what we say it every time, and we still don't get it done. So I think maybe warm up or something like this. We got to get us going a little bit.
Mikel suggested layup lines. Didn't work. He's oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. This is a lot of comments, man. A lot of
what it is.
Your overall thoughts on the officiating today?
It is what it is.
Okay, yeah, it is what it is. Look, you knew the officials were going to side with the Detroit Pistons at the game 4, right?
Ellen and Josh there on the scores table waiting to check it, get in.
Let me make this bigger for you guys, man. Loud and Clear says Deuce or Mikel can't operate without others creating space for them. They barely beat people off the bounce. I mean, Deuce nor Mikel could shake Dennis Schroeder. Yeah. I mean, Dennis Schroeder, loud and clear. Mikel can't create, it seems like. Doesn't like taking the ball up. He's scared. He's nervous. I don't know what it is.
What was the thought process of not calling a timeout or not getting them back in the game as that lead kind of went up?
Just where we were with our timeouts. Coach's decision.
When you had
Just where we were with our timeouts, coaching decision. Josh Hart, how you feeling, buddy?
Josh, what'd you go back to locker room? What'd you go back to locker room for?
Just needed to regroup, walk it off, and then, you know, try to go back in.
Which wrist is it that's bothering you?
My whole body's bothering me.
Josh, what'd you go back to locker room?
My whole body's bothering me. Same, Josh. My back hurts, man.
This series has been, especially the last few games, one possession finishes, one possession finishes. What was the difference tonight that you think?
We got to figure out how to come out of halftime better. You know, I think this is the third game in a row. I'm blanking on game 2.
Can I ask you guys a question? We have to figure out how to come out of halftime better. It is April 29th, man. Why hasn't that been figured out? Mikal Bridges suggesting layup lines after, and then I mean, anything, man. I don't know. I just
game 1 and 2.
I'm frustrated.
You know, we go in the halftime with a lead, and then, you know, we go into the fourth quarter down. So we gotta figure that out. We gotta come out of halftime more aggressive, and, you know, punch first.
What this is
Josh Hart on the officiating.
Such a physical series the first 4 games. Calls were not coming. It seemed today to be completely different. Is that tough to adjust to on the run? Did you see?
Yeah, I mean, kind of knew what was going to be coming in, and, you know, it's unfortunate reality, but, you know, knew what it was going to be. Feel like we could have been better in terms of how we responded to it. So, you know.
Yeah, so they didn't you know what was it gonna be, man. They had to get the Pistons to get back, but the Knicks had opportunities, right? Knicks had their opportunities. All right. I know you guys don't want to hear from this guy. Maybe you do.
Same situation last year, not able to close out the series at home. Same situation last year, not able to close out the series at home in Game 5. Now you go on the road for possible closeout there.
Close it out there. That's the only thing we're thinking about. We're going to go look at film, make corrections, and get the job done.
Same situation last year, not able.
We're going to go look at the film, make corrections, and get the job done. Dude, Miles, your shot needs correcting. That's what you should be looking at. Like, how can I get my shot back to where it was? We need to splash. We need that. We need those big threes. Swing threes. I miss Deuce, man. I keep calling him Deuce. I promised I was going to call him Miles, but, man, it's been so underwhelming. So underwhelming.
Something you missing? Do you think tonight? Like, what was there anything you could pinpoint for why it was so choppy for most of the night?
I mean, offensively, I didn't make good decisions personally. Ball wasn't going in the hoop for me, and but I just got to control things I can control and go from there.
Was there something missing?
I just have to control things I could control, and we just go from there. Offensively, I didn't make good decisions personally. It stinks because the last 2 games, you made great decisions, JB. And I know he kind of wanted to win this game and you know, have the fans going home happy, and he kind of wanted to do it and take it upon himself and do it himself a little bit late in that fourth. It's too much, man. You know, and it just wasn't him, but more JB.
In terms of coming out after the half, what are some things you guys can do to carry some energy over into the third quarter? Because it seems like third quarters have been a little on the sluggish side.
Yeah, it's important for us to come out as a team. We recognize that the first quarters they were doing well, and we responded in a certain way when it comes to that. But now we got to do the same thing with the third quarter in the beginning of the second half, and so it's a really important first couple minutes. And that's, I think tonight they took advantage of that.
In terms of coming out.
Look, these guys are saying all the right things. They always do. JB is always saying the right things. He's always taking accountability. But, I mean, it's at a point where, you know, you're 3-2. They keep saying they want to fix things. They have to fix things. We have to come out of the third, you know, aggressive. And it just happens over and over again. Like, you come out flat. Pistons, I think they went on an 8-0 run to start the third quarter. I mean, it's baffling. I don't know what happens. Like, I don't. And I'm sure they're questioning themselves in the locker room, too. So, Bless says Deuce's shot takes too much energy and lift to get off, and his legs are shot. West End says JB ISO too much. Dennis Schroeder. I can't believe you're allowing him to come in and cook you. I can't. Can't. El Figgy says stop asking Jalen questions and let him ice that leg. What is Deuce talking about? Yeah, you just gotta look at the film, man. You just gotta look at your shot, Miles. Your shot is not working. Like, it's not working. It's not. Frustrating. Extremely. Trying to see if there's more. Oh, okay. JB talks about him and Josh Hart being stuck at the scores table, waiting to get subbed in. This should be interesting.
You and Josh both go out with 257. It looked like you were trying to get in for about a minute and a half. How tough was it to sit there and not be able to get in and watch it kind of get away with?
It's tough, but I have the utmost faith, regardless of the result, my teammates. No matter who's out there, trust, faith, belief, all that. I'll always have that with my teammates.
You and Josh both go out with 257. It looked like you were trying to get in for about a minute.
Look, right answers, right? I mean, go out there and win Game 6, guys. Go out there and win Game 6. That's it. That's it. Win Game 6, and we're not talking about this game. Lose Game 6, we'll get there. Appreciate you guys in the chat. Subscribe, all the good stuff. On TikTok, I do the live streams during the game. It's at @KnicksNation_. Those of you that hopped on TikTok, I really appreciate you guys tuning in. I saw Isaiah in there just over on TikTok. But I'm going to go sleep this one off, man. This was fun. Well, the post game was fun. This game wasn't fun. And appreciate you guys as always. It's always let's go Knicks. One more. Still got confidence in the guys. Let's get it done. Have a great night. Peace.